Hello friends, good day to all of you. First of all, I welcome to all of you for being here in my channel of Easy Math Tutorial. So after discussing on interpolation, finite differences and various difference operator, today we are going to explain the term that is factorial notation and some properties of operators. So properties of forward operators and factorial notation. Here some useful results are: delta is a forward difference operator such that delta f of x is equal to f of x plus h minus f of x. Also we can write in the term of function y, that is delta yx is equal to yx plus 1 minus yx, taking h as a 1 unit. Therefore from this second step we can write for, or we can operate a delta on y0, like delta y0 is equal to y1 minus y0. Similarly, delta y1 is equal to y2 minus y1, and so on. Delta yn is equal to yn plus 1 minus yn. These all are the first order forward differences of a function. Also, we can derive the second order forward differences, like delta square of y0 is equal to delta y1 minus delta y0. We know the value of delta y1 is y2 minus y1 and the value of delta y0 is y1 minus y0. So we can write in a first bracket y2 minus y1 minus y1 minus y2, which is equal to y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. Similarly, the nth order forward differences of y0 is given as delta raised to n y0, which is equal to yn minus nc1 yn minus 1 plus nc2 yn minus 2 minus up to so on plus minus 1 raised to n minus 1 and cn minus 1 y1 plus minus 1 raised to n y0. Generally, the nth order forward difference for any function denoted by yr is given as yn plus r minus nc1 yn plus r minus 1 plus nc2 yn plus r minus 2 minus and so on plus minus 1 raised to r yr. This is the general formula for nth order forward differences. Now let's move toward the properties of operator delta, that is forward operator. If we operate forward operator on a constant, then it gives the value as a 0, that is delta c is equal to 0, where c being a constant. Second property is that delta of c into f of x is equal to c into delta f of x. It means that we have to write a constant outside the operator. And third property is known as linearity property of forward operator, given as delta into in a bracket a f of x plus or minus b g of x, which is equal to, take a constant outside and operate operator on only function. It gives a into delta f of x plus minus b is also constant, so b into delta g of x. After these properties, we take some examples. We have to evaluate here delta e raised to x, in second delta square e raised to x, and third example is that delta raised to tan inverse of x, and fourth one is delta of x plus 1 upon x square minus 3x plus 2. So let's take a solution of all these example one by one. First of all, we have to evaluate delta e raised to x. When delta is operated on a function e raised to x, it gives the difference between e raised to x plus h minus e raised to x. Because of base is a common, we can write a first term as a e raised to x into e raised to h, and take a e raised to x from first and second term as a common term, write it outside the bracket, and remaining terms inside the bracket as a e raised to x into e raised to h minus 1. Therefore delta e raised to x is equal to e raised to x into in bracket e minus 1 if h is equal to 1. Similarly, we can evaluate second example. So delta square e raised to x means here we have to operate delta 2 times on e raised to x. So we can write delta into delta e raised to x. First of all, operate delta on e raised to x first time and remaining delta right outside this bracket. So delta into e raised to x into e raised to h minus 1. From first example, we already have a solution of delta e raised to x. On that solution, if we operate delta again, we get delta square e raised to x as a e raised to h minus 1 into delta e raised to x. So e raised to h minus 1 is a constant. We write it term outside the bracket and we only operate delta on e raised to x. It gives the value again e raised to x into e raised to h minus 1. Here we get 2 times the bracket e raised to h minus 1. So take a power and final answer of delta square e raised to x is equal to e raised to x into e raised to h minus 1 bracket square. Similarly, the third example, when we operate delta on tan inverse of x, it gives tan inverse of x plus h minus tan inverse of x. We can write these two terms as a tan inverse of x plus h minus x upon 1 plus x plus h into x, because tan inverse of a minus tan inverse of b is equal to tan inverse of a minus b upon a plus ab. By using this formula, we derive second step for third example. So its final solution is tan inverse of plus x minus x becomes cancelled. In numerator, we get only h term divided by 1 plus x plus h into x. Similarly, when we operate delta on x plus 1 upon x square minus 3x plus 2 in fourth example, first of all, we have to simplify the numerator as a x minus 1, x minus 2 by taking these two factors of the polynomial x square minus 3x plus 2. Now, in second step, delta of minus 2 upon x minus 1 plus 3 upon x minus 2, which is equal to delta of minus 2 upon x minus 1 plus delta of 3 upon x minus 2, operating or taking by using linearity property, we can write second term. In third step, it become minus 2 as a constant, take outside the bracket and operate delta on only numerator. We get 1 upon x plus 1 minus 1 minus 1 upon x minus 1 plus similarly 3 into 1 upon x plus 1 minus 2 minus 1 upon x minus 2. It gives a final solution as x plus, after simplification we get x plus 4 upon x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. So the shift operator E is defined as E of f of x, which is equal to f of x plus h. Therefore e raised to yx is equal to yx plus h. Clearly, effect of this shift operator E is to shift the function value to the next higher value f of x plus h or yx plus h. Also, e square f of x is equal to e into e f of x. The value of e f of x is equal to f of x plus h. Then after operating shifting operator on f of x plus h, we get f of x plus 2h. Therefore, from this we can write the nth order shift operator as e raised to n f of x, which is equal to f of x plus nh. Moreover, e raised to minus 1 f of x is equal to f of x minus h, where e raised to minus 1 is the inverse operator. Then the relation between delta and e is given by the shifting operator e, which is equal to 1 plus forward operator delta. Let's take a proof. We know that delta yn is equal to yn plus 1 minus yn. Yn plus 1 can be written as e yn. When you operate shift operator on yn, it gives yn plus 1. So we write here e yn minus yn. Take a yn term as a common and write remaining terms in the first bracket, that is e minus 1. Here we take this bracket common and write in first position because e is a operator and yn is a function. So it gives delta is equal to e minus 1 or e is equal to 1 plus delta. This is the proof of the relation between delta and shift operator. Now our next point is that factorial notation of a polynomial. Factorial notation of a polynomial, a product of the form x, x minus 1, x minus 2 up to so on x minus r plus 1 is called a factorial, and it's denoted by in square bracket x raised to r. Therefore in a square bracket x is equal to x square, in square bracket x square is equal to x into x minus 1. Similarly in a square bracket x raised to 3 or cube, which is equal to x into x minus 1 into x minus 2 up to so on. In general, x raised to n is written as x into x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3 up to so on x minus n minus 1. So x minus in a bracket n minus 1 become x minus n plus 1. In case the interval of differencing is h, then the factorial notation of x raised to n can be written as x into x minus h into x minus h into x minus h up to so on x minus n minus 1 time of h. The result of differencing x raised to r are analogous to the differentiating x raised to r. Therefore delta x raised to n is equal to the derivative of this term as a n into x raised to n minus 1, delta square into x raised to n, which is equal to n into n minus 1, x raised to n minus 1. Similarly in general we can write x raised to n into in a square bracket x raised to n, which is equal to n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 up to so on 3 into 2 into 1, which is equal to n factorial. And the next power of x raised to nth factorial notation become 0. Also 1 upon delta into n is equal to n square upon 2 and so on. From this we can explain some remark here. Every polynomial of degree n can be expressed as a factorial polynomial of the same degree and vice versa. The coefficient of highest power of x and also the constant term remains unchanged while transforming a polynomial to factorial notations. Now take some example. Here we have to express the polynomial 2 raised to 2x square minus 3x plus 1 in a factorial notation. So first of all 2 into x square minus 3x plus 1 can be written as 2x square minus 2x minus 1 plus 1. By taking a common term from first two terms, here we take 2x as a common and remaining terms are x minus 1 minus x plus 1. So in the first term we see x into x minus 1 can be written as a square bracket of x square in a factorial notation form. So we get 2 into in a square bracket x square minus x plus 1. Now in the next example, here we have to express the polynomial 3x square minus x plus 2 in a factorial notation. So 3x cube minus x plus 2 can be written as 3 into x cube plus a into x square plus b into x plus 2 using remarks 1 and 2. So a square bracket x cube can be written as 3 into x minus 1 into x minus 2 plus a into x minus 1 plus b into x plus 2. Then we get 3x cube plus a minus 9x square plus minus a plus b plus 6 into x plus 2. Comparing the coefficients on both sides, we get a minus 9 is equal to 0, minus a plus b plus 6 is equal to minus 1. From these two equations, we get the value of a and b as 9 and 2 respectively. Hence, we can write the given polynomial in a factorial notation as 3 in a square bracket x cube plus 9 into in a square bracket x square plus 2 into square bracket x plus 2. Or we can also find factorial polynomial using synthetic division as shown below. Here coefficient of a and b can be found as remainders under x square and x column. This is a simple method to express any polynomial in a factorial notation by using synthetic division. So with this point we are going to stop here. Thank you.